Please subscribe and share this video with your friends.
Welcome back to the Dating Den. That good-looking woman next to me is
Marni Battista.
Yes.
Woo!
And my name is Christian Anderson, and today we're going to talk about, imagine if this is red.
A red flag.
A red flag. But this is not just the typical red flags.
No.
These are the advanced red flags that we're going to help you out with, because some of these red flags that you might be finding in a relationship are with men who are more engaged with you, or more in an intimate situation with you, not just simple things like I'm texting you at 10 p.m.
Yeah, right. This is for people who've up-leveled and they're dating better quality men. And so what I hear is like, there were no red flags. Like, how could it have gone awry? But the truth is that once we talk about these top 3 red flags, these are huge red flags.
Yes.
And they are just as big reason to put on your Nikes and head for the hills. So the number one is, and this is, we did a whole episode on the progression of a relationship recently. This is about a relationship that goes like this. Right? And you're like,
cracked out.
Right, you're cracked out.
Yeah.
It is when you feel from this guy that he's so into you and you're like, I've never felt this before. Your thought patterns might be like, this is the best relationship I've ever had. He's so amazing.
Yeah.
The chemistry is unlike anyone else. Right? And you get in this fog.
Sure.
And what's really tricky about it, the guy is totally initiating. Right?
He's coming after you. He's making all the phone calls. He's checking in with you, texting you every day. Hey, how are you? What's going on? And it's just like a whirlwind tour of like romantic relationship 101. And it's hard not to fall for that, right?
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, I mean, sure, there are those once in a while kind of relationships that are just, it was a whirlwind, we did, and we've been married for 45 years.
Right.
That does happen.
That totally happens.
But
however,
sometimes
it can be a giant red flag. It could be like some men are like serial monogamous, right? And then they freak out, so they just break up. We were talking before about the vanisher guys who get in really intensely and then they freak out, like, I can't sustain this, or I just got divorced, and they kind of flip out. So that's the number one flag that you definitely want to look at.
Yeah.
The second one is language that looks like this. Oh God, you're so awesome. I don't even know if I'm good enough for you.
It's what I call an escape route.
Right?
That's what it's just like.
And it's not
let me be right here. I love this. I love being involved in a relationship. I love being all in this great girlfriend type material. But I want to have that one foot out the door just so I can always say, hey, I don't think you really deserve me.
Right?
So
I can't give you
out.
what, this is another one guy say, I can't give you what you need.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just not all in. He's just not all in. So, but he's giving you a lot of fun energy because he loves to rent that girlfriend status.
Yes.
He loves to enjoy that intimacy.
Right.
Because there's a part of him he comes from a very lonely place. He wants that there.
He wants
but
it.
He definitely doesn't want to go pull the full 40-hour weeks and commit to the gig. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So when he says, I can't give you what you need, it's like he doesn't have to take responsibility for it.
Right.
It's like he's putting it all on you. And then what happens typically, like, no, you are awesome, you are great, like, this is enough, and you start like talking crazy.
Yeah.
So so that's the second one. The third red flag is he breaks up with you.
But he still wants to see you and hang out.
All the time.
All the time, yes. And is there sexual stuff going on too?
There can be.
Yeah.
It always the caveat of this, which we broke up, but now we're friends. Because right away, he, I love the status.
Yes.
Because really, he's terrified of being alone, but he
Yes.
doesn't want to make a commitment, and he really does care about you, and he really does want to hang out with you, but he's keeping his escape clause.
Yeah, and I think some men too, especially for long relationships, a lot of times, including a marriage, men usually are the ones who jump right back into a marriage, or sometimes jump right back into a relationship. They don't allow a grieving process. They don't allow time to reflection, to look in the mirror and find out where did I have my flaws that allow for this breakup or this marriage loss. They really, once a man gets into a committed relationship, once he's ready for that, he wants it all the time. He doesn't like being alone, and they'll just jump right into something, or they just want to stay close to you, and maybe there's sex once in a while, and he wants that rent-a-girlfriend, rent-a-wife status. But
so your job is to, as the woman, is to be strong. If he says he's not ready for a relationship, it's your responsibility to put up the boundaries and say, I'm sorry, but unless you give me what I want and what I need and what I'm looking for, we can't be friends. We can't hang out. We can't go. I'm not going to go to your kid's graduation and be your date. I'm not going to go to the street fair with you.
Yeah.
You've chosen to be single, and I'm choosing to wait for the guy who is going to give me the relationship.
Because the reality is that you are probably the classiest girl that he's dated that's in his life.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
he still wants to have the classy, awesome girl next to him as partner, because it means a lot to go to the graduation, to go to events with friends. He doesn't want to be the guy by himself, so you're the classy girl, but for whatever reason, you're not the girlfriend. Don't be rented.
Don't be rented.
You can still be friends with much a little further down the road, but right now, you're a classy girl. You can find a guy, definitely, who's going to want to be full-time a lover.
Exactly. So these are really, really important red flags. Notice them, recognize them, and then the last thing is respond appropriately, which means set a boundary and say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
It's so hard.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya. Peace.